Iba yung ilalim namin.
Meron.
Meron naman.
Uy, live na. Tama na yung mga pang-ilalim.
Yeah. Decente na.
Uy, iba may bagong logo, oh.
Hmm?
May bagong logo, kulay green.
Anong? Oo nga, no?
Oo,
We've got... Yep, we've got new partners in our Tunay na Rider fam. We've got Ogawa. And pare, pagdating sa mga long ride, o kahit naipit ako sa traffic, ginagamit ko talaga yung Ogawa massager ko. I love that thing. So I'm glad that they've agreed to help us out here sa Tunay na Rider.
Effective yung ganyan, parang may personal masseuse.
Oo pare, laking tipid pa. And then safe, lalo na COVID, hindi ka na pwede magpamasahe, di ba?
Parang masaya magkaroon ng ganyan, ah.
Uy, si Sophie, nandito. She's early.
Ang
Hi,
aga naman!
All right. Sophie is the only reason that we are GP.
Rated GP.
So, at least maaga na tayong na-remind to be family friendly.
Oh, kasi nung yung Moto Media episode, hindi na remind eh.
Yep. At saka Sophie, hindi po namin kasalanan 'yon.
Kasalanan
ni Tito Zach mo 'yan. At saka
ni Aris.
Lolo Aris. Tito Zach and Lolo Aris. Last week was crazy, man. We had Jet Li on the show and grabe, wild yung comments. Sophie, nag-comment ka ba last week?
Wala, hindi mababasa comment mo. Trinay ko magbasa ng comment, parang nawawala kagad kasi natatabunan ng mga bago eh.
Hindi ako maka-keep up eh.
Grabe.
Ibang
level. Ang dami niyang followers, ang dami niyang fans.
Well, I mean, but you can't blame him, man. She's got the skills. She's young. She's attractive. And she's an awesome rider. Very passionate.
KTM paggamit.
Saan na si Jolly Cakes? Actually, that's the biggest takeaway. Bagong nickname. Jolly Cakes.
Jolly Cakes. Hi, Leodinho.
All right, we are live on our 50th episode. And wait, si Jolly Cakes. Wala si Jolly Cakes.
Andito na si Jolly Cakes.
Ayun na.
Andito na si Jolly Cakes.
All right, Jolly Cakes. We've got a great episode today. We've got two moto icons, Bimbo and Nani. Kung kami nila Bak at ni Jolly are mga tito sa moto community, ano kaya si Nani at si Bimbo?
Oh my God. Huwag na muna tayo pupunta doon.
Doon agad.
We'll
Iba, maaga pa yung gabi eh. Age agad
Kasi
yung binabanatan
pupunta pa rin doon, miski na anong mangyayari.
If you guys want us to keep on using the name Jolly Cakes, just add it in the comments like Leodinho. Hashtag Jolly Cakes. Let's make that a thing.
Tapos post nyo sa Facebook #Jolly Cakes. Wala lang para dumami yung hashtag ni Jolly.
Oh. Hi Tito. Tito rin sila Nani at sila Bimbo.
Dito. Tayo sa iba, kuya pa lang tayo.
Kuya Jolly Cakes. what's up? You've got something to do.
Ayan, oo. Bago tayo pumunta sa usapang age, pag-usapan muna natin ang Podmetrics. So, kung sa mga podcasters dyan or may kilala kayong gusto mag-advertise sa podcast, pumunta kayo sa podmetrics.co. So, marami tayong mga features for both content and advertisers. Content creators and advertisers. So, punta kayo sa website namin, podmetrics.co for more information. So, Podmetrics is the easiest way to monetize your podcast. Yan na. Iba.
Okay.
Meron
Just to
tayong
show
ano,
you how professional these guys are, take a look at their normal stream behind me and ours, wherein we've had, wala pa tayong 5 minutes, naputol na si Jolly, naputol na si Buck.
Pinutol ako ng Facebook. Wala pa nga ako
Yun.
sinasabi.
All right. Buck, what's up next? Naghang si Buck. Mga katunay, are you thinking of investing in high-quality motorbikes? Kami sa Tunay na Rider, we only go for trusted brands like KTM. Their top-of-the-line motorcycles are suitable for street and off-road race competitions as well as casual riding. So you can make sure na kahit ano pa ang trip mo, you are always ready to race. To get your hands on KTM powerwear and accessories, visit their flagship store in Lasmal. www.lazada.com.ph/shop/KTM-Philippines.
akalain mo yun, Ibo. May Lazada yung KTM. meron kang 790 Juke dun eh. Kaya pag pag mga 5.5 na sale, punta kayo doon, sale din yung mga Juke.
Hindi, totoo yun ha. Totoo yun.
Oo, di nga, sale yung Juke. Parang ano yata, di ba? 5,000 yung pre-order. Parang 1,000 na lang. Pero 5,000 pa rin yung kaltas dun sa SRP.
Parang reservation fee.
Oo, di mo mapupulot yung 5,000 na yun. Tsaka powerwear, tinan mo yung suot ng mga kasama ko. Ba't ako wala? Meron sa Lazada din nan. Kaya ako naiingit kayo sa kanila tulad ko. Pumunta tayo sa Lazada mamaya.
All right. So again, thanks Tito Bimbo and Tito Nani for being on the show. We really appreciate it. And thanks to KTM for supporting our craziness. Obviously unprofessional since wala pa naputol ulit si Buck. So yeah, let's start. Let me introduce our guest. We've got Bimbo Isidro. Ito, nakasama ko na to sa mga motojournalist events, yung mga press con, kung saan-saan. Palagi ko nakikita si Bimbo. But I know him more as the founder. Well, not the founder, but he created and worked with the first true motorcycle social media platform. Pare, wala pang Friendster noon, wala pang Facebook.
Hindi, wala pang Facebook noon. May Friendster na noon.
Wala.
Kasagsagan ng mga forums.
Baka
Wala.
multiply pa. Wala.
Oh.
Motorcycle Philippines or MCP. Bimbo is also the head of business development of Adventure Cycle Philippines, completing the other half of KTM Philippines. And you can see behind me, he's one of the hosts and founders of Thursday Bike Talk. Thursday Bike Talk, TBT kasi. And they launched in April of 2020 and grabe, nag-skyrocket. Hey Bimbo, thanks for joining us.
Hi, Iba. Hi, Jolly,
Yeah.
and soon to be hi, Buck. Thank you for having us here. It's a pleasure for us to join you guys here. We're gonna have so much fun. I'm sure tonight. Ayun, si Buck is here.
Yan, dyan si Buck. Kamusta Buck?
Parang gulong-gulo si Buck.
Parang gulong-gulo si Buck. Hindi, kasi kakasakay lang ni Buck sa kakauwi lang niya, dala-dalin niya yung 990 adventure niya. Talagang, andun pa yung adrenaline rush. Oo.
Oh, wait. All right. So, and also we have Tito Nani Juarez.
Nako. Idol ko yan,
technical
Iba.
powerhouse and motorcycle expert of Adventure Cycle and Adventure Cycle Philippines, head of Aftersales. given his over 20 years of experience in operations, trainings, and certification in Austria as a KTM Orange Belt. Nax. 20
Seryoso yun? As in
years.
Tsaka orange
Sa
belt talaga yun.
KTM pa lang yun ha, 20 years na.
He's
Tito.
also the face of TBT and
Oo.
the
Thursday Bike
KTM's
Talk.
Thursday Bike Talk, KTM Philippines original show. So sila yung in-house influencers ng
Nako,
KTM.
ganda naman.
Oy, magandang gabi for sa inyong lahat. Thank you for inviting us and being part of your Tunay na rider. Yan. At magandang gabi
Yun.
sa lahat ng nakikinig at nanunood. Yan.
So obviously we don't have to ask kung tunay na rider sila. Because wala pa tayong motor.
Di naman.
Nagarap na mga yan. Gumagawa na sila ng motor.
Sobra naman.
Alright. So,
Buti iba nakagat mo yung dila mo dun para muntik mo sabihin bago pa tayo napanganak.
all right. So on that note, speaking about decades of riding experience, Bimbo, when and why did you start riding?
Sige, umpisahan ko. No, but contrary to popular
Makinig
belief,
kayo.
no. I started quite late actually riding. I started riding early, 99, 2000. Late na ako nag-start mag-ride. I was already married. I had kids already. And then, it was during it was a crisis eh. And then, kailangan you had to scale down. Sige, it was a personal decision. It was a business decision, ika nga, when it started like that. So, and then all of a sudden, you were around a group of crazy people, like including Nani, si Aris, oh.
Aris, it takes one to know one.
Gumagante eh.
Gumagante ah. So it was a business decision when I started early 2000s to ride, just to go to my job and to work to what I was doing back then. And then it turned into something that I really love doing. And I started late but I never stopped. Yun. 20 years basically, that's every day of riding talaga.
Yon, daily rider.
Daily rider,
So,
yes.
Actually, that's kind of how I got into riding then. It was really, I hated traffic and I wanted a more practical way to get around. Sa Lasal, yung hindi mahirap yung classes, yung mahirap doon parking.
Party.
Diba?
Totoo.
So motor talaga is the practical way. And then after riding every day, naging passion talaga eh. Doon ako nag-uwis. Practicality, kasi wala pa tayong pera noon. And then, nakaipon na konti, naging passion. Tito Nani, when and why did you start riding?
Okay. Nag-start ako mag-ride because tawag ng pangangailangan. So parang that was a transition for me rin. No? It was early 90s when I started riding. And then something came up na, medyo, scaling down, something. So na-involve ako na I want to change into another business. Kasi I was exposed to the garment business in the late 80s and the 90s. Eh. And then there was nagkaroon ng parang crash that time and all the export, the GTEB and all, maraming politika. So parang biglang bumaksak yung negosyo. So I ended up, sabi ko dun sa mga friends ko, ano kaya magandang transition?
Nani, tanong ni Carl
Yes.
de Clout. Hindi ko alam kung sino to.
1920s ka pa daw nagmumotor?
Tinamaan ka yata ng Great Depression. Yun ba yung nababasa namin? Yung Great Depression.
Kakatapos lang daw ng World War I noon.
90s di ba? May depression rin ng 90s. So
Okay.
it ended up, let's start a business. So sabi ko, sige, subukan natin. I know something about motorcycles and, I ended up doing scooters because of influence of our friend. Then sabi ko, kailangan magbago ako ng linya. I want to change to another line, no? Na something I like. And of course, to meet both ends, no? Para sa pamilya and all. And then, ayun na, doon na kami nag-start. So, we ended up, I'm part of, as you know, 2211. And then,
Iconic.
That's where we met.
Yeah, mostly all of the guys, no, even the legendaries, we
2211. Para
Alam mo,
suki yung
ilan-
airpods ko doon nung panahon ah.
yeah, we do motorcycles and 'di ba we do turbos and that time. No.
Alam mo ilang
And-
beses na na-mention yung 2211 in our 50 episodes. Ang dami nang
Really?
Oo.
Talaga?
Iconic eh.
Yun. So I've been managing that for 15 years and then never stop riding na. I mean, we went into races, nag-manage, naggawa, nag-team, nanalo, yun ang mga magagandang maraming trophies, maraming championship. Pero konti pa lang nagmumotor eh.
Oo, maluwag na maluwag pa nun.
Yeah. So Batangas Racing Circuit,
BRC.
and Carmona, suki kami sa Carmona. We do a lot of
Track
for
days.
the club, for the group, we rent the whole place and we do yung mga kalokohan namin doon.
Ayun.
Mas mabuti doon kaysa sa labas eh, di ba? That's how it is.
Sinabi mo pa.
I agree 100%.
Yes.
But you were making these bikes sa 2211 na pang street, and you were souping them up for
Yes.
the racetrack.
Correct.
So yung race heritage has been with you for a long time. 2 dekada na.
Yes. And yes,
Mahigit
I personally tune the bikes. I do kalokohan and all those. I broke 3 engines, Malossi engines for how many times bago ko makuha yung tama. Talagang gastos, matinding gastos. But
Nani,
it's the
kaya ba
experience. Yes.
Kaya ba ready to race ang tagline ng KTM? Ikaw ba mismo nag-assemble ng mga engines nila?
Noong
Hindi
nag-umpisa.
naman. Hindi. Actually, part of the training that we have is to really assemble a bike, the engine itself. Kasi kailangan yun eh, part of the training program. So
Yun.
that's what we call silver, that part of the silver training program. Even suspension, the adjustments, the tuning, tinuturo yun.
So, ikaw, Tito Nani, may tanong dito.
Yes.
Si Niel. Tito Nani, may mga kamote riders na ba dati?
May sagot ako dyan.
Ayan, si Bimbo. Bimbo yung sumagot.
I
Kami yung
gotta say
kamote
that, yun, we, admittedly, and even si Jet Li said, when she started riding, when she was younger, kamote rider rin siya. And I think even ako, when I was riding in my younger days, medyo umaakit tayo sa bangketa. But the thing is, after a while, you mature, no? And you realize how wrong it is. So,
May
I think
may
learn
may
rather
rebellious
quickly.
phase tayo eh.
Oo, meron niya.
Pero
Yeah,
kasi
you-
ito dati kasi nung panahon natin, parang, yan din sinasabi sa akin lagi ng airpods ko eh. Parang medyo school of hard knocks talaga tayo dati. Parang, ang lagi sa akin sinasabi ng tatay ko, yung generation namin ng mga riders, maswerte kaming buhay. Kasi nung panahon talagang palakasan loob sumakay eh. Wala pa naman tayong mga Melakinos off-road training camp, wala tayong Honda Safety Driving Center, wala tayong formal riding discipline eh. Wala pang ganun talaga eh. Talagang, you learn the hard way.
Yes.
True.
At saka di ba yung mga parents natin were more, kumbaga influenced by Americans, no? The colonial type. Hindi motorsiklo. It's cars.
Kotse talaga.
Ayaw nila ng motor. Ako, bago pa ako makabili ng motor, hindi ako pwedeng bilan ng tatay at nanay ko. Hindi pwede. Kasi daw papatayin ko sarili ko. Automatic yun. Pero nung nagkaroon ako ng pera, inuwi ko yung una kong motor. It's a 1990 Yamaha FZR 400RR. Yun ang una kong motor. Hindi
Hindi,
naman
siya-
umangal na kasi pera ko na.
Oo. Wala tayong walang relatively good boy si Bimbo at saka si Nani Iba. Lahat ng mga guests natin before, yung mga kwento, nagtatakas ng motorsiklo, tinutulak sa kanto bago ipa-start.
That's
Walang ganun
true,
dito,
no?
Di pa nagkukwento si
Yeah.
Bimbo.
Hindi. Ako, I'm lucky enough to have the support of my family, my wife. She knows that this is my passion. So, basta motor.
Even my
Sige,
wife.
basta
Even
mag-ingat
my
ka lang.
wife is-
Mag-ingat ka lang.
Oo.
Sige.
Parehas kami. Napaka-fortunate kami sa aming mga better half kasi basta ingat lang. Well, of course, we have our accidents already. But
Yeah.
dun mo nararamdaman na, iba na.
Yep.
Siyempre, pag tumatanda ka and all. But before that pa, yun nga, di ba, Bims, I was also involved in riding school.
I didn't know that.
Friends.
Yep.
If you,
With ano?
you know, Jake's one.
kilala-
Oh, nag-jigs one
MS.
ako. Graduate ako noon.
Oh,
Nani
Ano
was
yun? I
one
was
of
the
the
first
first.
instructor. And then
And
we,
I was batch number 1.
What?
and Mr. Artan.
It's batch number 1.
Sila ni Art.
Classmate ko si Art.
So that was the first rider training that I ever went through, and I did it with my dad. And then I think several years later, nag-Honda riding school kami. So
Yeah,
it's
the
a
module
continuous
is really
learning.
MSF.
Oo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's MSF.
And
And
MRC,
from time to
yeah.
time, pag nahihingan ng favor, minsan nagtuturo pa rin kami paminsan-minsan ni Bimbo. Pag hihingan ng
Napakiusapan.
Napapabot.
Okay. And that's a good segue to our show next week, wherein
Yeah.
we will be Tunay na Rider goes back to school because we will have Coach Mel and Joey
nice.
Storm sharing about continuous rider education.
Kulang ang
Mas
3 oras
legendary
dyan.
yung mga yan. Mga legendary rin yan.
Oo.
Yung kay Mel saka kay Joey, kulang 3 oras dyan.
Gawin namin two-parter.
Magiging 3-part episode yan.
Actually, magiging show, tatahimik na lang kami kasi magiging show ni Joey at ni Coach Mel yun eh.
Sila
Sigurado
na
yan.
mag-host. Makikinig na lang kami.
Wait, we gotta answer we gotta respect our elders. Si Boss Aris is asking, phone-in question. Saan kayo bumibili ng riding gear 3 decades
Wala.
ago?
Wala
3
naman
decades
na
ago,
dati
Aris,
Anong
sa suki
gear?
mo. Doon ako bumibili sa suki mo, Aris. Doon din ako bumibili kung saan ka bumibili.
Actually,
Driban lang at
panahon
saka
na yun.
almombra.
Hindi naman.
Hindi.
Ang hirap pumanap.
No, during that time.
Doon sa ukay-ukay.
Oo.
Di ba? Ukay-ukay.
Nung
Makakuha ka ng maganda-gandang jacket kasi yung mga jacket noon hindi naman fit eh. Kailangan fit ang suit mo. Di ba? Miski na sa
Iniisip
ibang
tuloy-
bansa.
Pinaisip
Wala
tuloy ako
akong
ni
ganun.
Aris kung saan nga tayo bumili ng gear nung panahon na yun.
alam mo, I was looking at my
nung mid
90s,
90s,
to early 2000s, wala pa masyado.
nakakabili
Meron
na ako
na.
ng gear kay Tres Hermanas.
Ayun.
Oo.
oo,
Pero
sa
yung,
Cage
selection nun, medyo limited pa. Hindi tulad mo
Oo,
ngayon.
tsambahan.
Oo.
May magkasya sa'yo.
Oo.
Ako yung legit ko, Joe Rocket na eh.
Nako, big
Naalala
time
niyo
mo
ba yung
Joe Rocket.
Oh,
Okay.
Joe Rocket was my first jacket. That was
Di
my
ba?
first
Joe
jacket.
Rocket. Yeah.
Mm.
Ako, Arlen Ness. Yung una kong jacket, Arlen Ness.
Live to ride
Di ba? Arlen Ness. Pero yun ko, hindi ko naman alam yun ng panahon na yun. Hindi ko alam kung sino si Arlen Ness. And then my first helmet, I bought kay sa MCS, Motorcycles and Scooters.
Pare-parehas tayo.
Kay Jovi
No.
Villar, di ba?
Kaya pala yung
Kilala na natin
kaya
si
pala yung
Joby that time.
mga old pictures of my mga tito ko, mga dad ko. Sabi ko,
Hmm.
tay, kamote kayo dati Yung suot ng windbreaker tsaka ascot tsaka aviator.
Members only. Members only.
Members.
Si
O
Sir
si Tito
Aris,
Ruel.
panahon ng Clark,
Si Aris,
panahon ng
tira
mga
ng tira.
tatlo sa Clark.
Parang gustong sumama ni Aris dito sa usapan
Oo
natin.
nga eh.
Ayan.
Hi, Ruel.
Certified
Hello,
tunay
sir.
na rider. Sir Ruel. All right, so back to the show. May script kami dito. We can't, hindi pwede tayo mapapahiya sa Thursday Bike Talk. Grabe, ang ganda pa ng graphics talaga nila, oh.
Huwag ka mag-alala iba. Nakaroon din tayo.
Naka-graphics din tayo.
All right. So, Bimbo,
Yes.
MCP. How did you get into it? What's the story behind it? Because okay, we went back in time to saan tayo bumibili ng mga gear, but MCP was where people would look for motorcycles. It was the central place where people would go for motorcycle information. What's the story behind that?
But Motorcycle Philippines was started originally when it started back in 1999 by si Frank Wolf. Of course, the legendary British guy, British Filipino, Pinoy na yun halos eh. Si Frank Wolf, who started in 1999. Basically, it was pang expat. It was a community for expats, yung mga nagmumotor. Kasi wala silang, di ba? I mean, wala naman silang makausap na iba. Saan sila bibili ng motor, saan sila pupunta ng ganyan. So, ginawa niya yun. Sa alala ko yun, the first was nasa pro boards pa eh. Nasa pro boards pa yun, kung naalala niyo yung pro boards.
Teka,
Yes.
explain lang natin dun sa mga kids na nanonood ngayon. Kasi dati wala pang Facebook.
Yeah.
Forum.
1999.
Maguguluhan sila kung ano yung MCP na pinagsasabi natin.
Actually, ang tawag nga nun, hindi pa forum, ang tawag dyan BBS, Bulletin Board System.
Bulletin board.
Yoy, naalala ko yung BBS.
BBS ang tawag dyan. Una,
So,
tas
dapat-
text lang talaga.
Magaling ka dapat maghanap ng mga keywords.
Oo.
Hindi pwedeng,
Exactly.
hindi katulad ng Facebook ngayon na isasuggest sa'yo.
Kasi ngayon, isang hanap mo sa Facebook, andun lahat. Nung panahon nung early times of the internet, actually,
MS-DOS
bago pa
pa.
lang din bago pa, nung ang operating system natin Windows 3.11. Nung nag-uumpisa pa lang.
486, di ba?
So, nung nag-start siya ng community nga para mabuo yung mga expats na friends niya because he was an expat. And then, all of a sudden, nag-uumpisa na yung, by the early 2000, dumadami na yung nagmumotor. And then, nag-start na rin lumaki yung benta ng motor. So, pumapasok na yung the local crowd. And then he expanded it in such a way na naging forum na talaga. Yung the formal forum that we recognize it already. Doon ginawa yon. That was, I think, 2001. Doon na yung year na pumasok na rin ako as a member of MCP. But 2006, Frank was medyo napapagod na. I wanted to retire kasi he's a bit medyo advanced in age then. So, ano niya. So he wanted
Pagod
to...
ka kasagot sa mga makukulit.
Pagod.
Sa kakaban ng
talaga.
ng mga troll.
So yeah, by 2006, I took over MCP as the admin. And then it's been running ever since. It's still as hopefully, even with Facebook and all of social media basically depleting the traffic, I have made a commitment to keep it online because I have data there. I have information there that's been there since 2005, if I'm not mistaken. So it's all there. Kumbaga 2006 pala. All the information is still there. I'm keeping it there for posterity, for history siguro. I mean, I'm keeping it para sa akin kasi it's part already of the history of Philippine motorcycling. So I'm just a gatekeeper. I'm just a keeper of that. I'm not really. Hindi ako yun. It's the site. I'm just the keeper.
You know, it just hit me when Darwin Jalsita posted, reveal na ng mga MCP handle. Project 85 here.
Ikaw.
And a lot of the people I ride with,
lurker lang ako ron.
a lot of
Lurker.
people I ride with, yun pa rin yung handle nila. Like our guest Tunay na rider, si Doc Benj, na naka 790 adventure, Triggerfish, si Doc Triggs. Yun ang handle
Doc
niya.
Triggs.
But some of the handles that they made in the 90s and the early 00s
Yung handle ko hindi pang bata eh.
are unfortunate. Right? So yung isang kasama namin, sa hombre, si Cesar, his handle is Big Bird. And hanggang ngayon, lolo na yun si Big Bird. Big Bird pa rin yung tawag namin sa kanya. Kasi naka Firebird yata siya eh.
Tintoy 666.
So you guys, what were your MCP handles? Please post it sa comments. So let's have some fun. Kayo,
everyone knows. Obviously, as an admin, ako si Boy G. So everyone knows me as Boy G.
Boy G.
Boy G. Yep.
Ako si Dr. Scoot. Yan.
Dr. Scoot. Okay.
Yes, yun.
Ikaw ba?
Lumalabas na.
Jolly
Tara,
meron ba?
laging tayo.
Boy, buhay pa yan. I still maintain that. I log on every day.
Check ko yung link natin doon.
I-check ko. I think mine was Iba because Iba is a really easy handle to get eh. Wala akong masyadong kalaban.
Oh, I think it was I think it was Iba.
Oo.
Yun pa rin yata.
I'm gonna log in later after.
Kung nakalimutan niyo yung mga
Nakalimutan ko
password niyo,
yung
just drop me a line in Facebook. Ayusin natin.
Yahoo Mail pa nga yata gamit
Oo
ko.
nga eh.
Nakalimutan ko na yung handle ko doon, pero nalala ko parang may 619 doon sa dulo yun eh, yung sa akin eh. Sagsagan ng WWE eh.
Darwin, hindi ko alam kung anong pinag-uusapan mo dyan.
Oo nga.
Hindi ko alam yan.
Nakikita
Next.
ko ano yan. Ano yan?
Hindi, I'm not gonna highlight it. But next, okay, so that's how you guys started MCP. Nani started in the motorcycle industry. And
Yes.
I think tayo, medyo similar tayo, like with Jolly and Buck. And that's why we kind of look up to you, no? Buck and Jolly are in the motorcycle business. They have their own shop. They're fixing up bikes. Ako, I'm an entrepreneur. Pero parang barbarian kami. Diba? Kayo, back in the day, tech startup hindi pa uso yung tech startup, diba?
Yeah.
That's kind of what you were into. Nani, you were similar to what Jolly and Buck are doing.
And of course, the Scooterista with Manu Sandejas. So the first motorcycle magazine that time. So
how did you get absorbed into from barbarian to Roman Empire? You're now part of this massive conglomerate na people like Dino and Ruel are part of. Parang suits na kayo, di ba? I can't imagine some people like you who are used to going to work in jeans, in t-shirts. Now,
Iba
from
from nagpapasabog ng mga malosi to Orange Belt.
to Orange Belt. What's it like? Bimbo,
Yeah. Well,
how did that
yun nga,
happen? What's it like?
yeah, for me, the transition was it was Nani's fault because Nani mag-usap kami ni Nani. I went to the States to undergo suspension training. So because it's really my interest. I
It's a
wanted
science,
to,
man.
Oh, yeah, it is. It really is. As in, pumutok yung utak ko nung nandun ako sa seminar.
Hindi,
Gusto ko umas, hindi ko kaya.
Science and art. Hindi siya basta-basta.
Yes.
So, okay, I managed to survive it. May natutunan naman ako. So when I came back, Nani and I rode. Actually, nag-ride kami to Marilake nung maluwag pa ang Marilake. So we went there, usap-usap. And then he told me, why don't you try joining us? We can use your expertise and of course your experience. And then basically actually it started that planted the seed in my head. Sabi ko, and it's a pretty good company to join. I like the brand. I was riding a 690 Enduro then already. So sabi ko, okay, let's check it out. And then to answer the question of how is it from being barbarian to part of the empire, is going to work in jeans and shirts to going to work in jeans and shirts. It's the same thing. You go to work in jeans and t-shirts. So it's as far as a corporate image as you can get. Malayo sa iniisip niyo as corporate, and I'm very very lucky to have our bosses like si Sardino who's watching tonight, Tyser, and see of course Boss Art who's given us parang that freedom to be ourselves. Kasi remember, this is the furthest thing from a corporate entity or thing na gagawin mo sa business sa motorsiklo. Diba? To sell a motorcycle is not really cut out to be part of that, alam mo yun, that corporate thing, unless you're talking macroeconomic already. But if you're down in the trenches, working on engines, talking to people, working on dealers, it's far from that. And then we love what we're doing. So this is really not a big jump from what we were doing before. Nagkaroon lang ng structure. Alam mo yun, parang, and then nagkaroon lang ng structure yung gagawin namin. But we're actually, Nani and I are basically doing what we were doing before with structure.
So, the difference sa mga barbarians sa Roman Empire is a structure.
Yeah. It's a structure. And may limitations, of course. No, may limitations, of course. Yun yung siguro the structure. You have limitations. Like before, I work on any brand, talk to about any brand. Ito, syempre, of course, you have to keep your focus on what's good for this brand. Yun yung very, very important for you. Yun lang. I think that's the main difference, but the passion is still there. The drive is still there. Hindi nag-iiba yun. I mean, that doesn't change because that's what drove you to be there. Yun yung importante. It's the only it's what's keeping you doing this and doing what you love. Kasi doesn't matter if you're in the corporate or if you're like outside in the real world, like what we were doing before, or what you guys are doing now. Diba? Pare-parehas tayo ng ginagawa.
Meron pa rin puso.
Hindi mo mawala yun.
Sir Dino Santos message. We are all the same, all employees trying to feed our families and happen to be working for the brand we love, both Ayala and KTM.
Yep.
Yeah, agree.
Actually.
And si Sir Ruel, the organization is always in a bespoke mode. We align with our customers, partners, and the community.
Correct.
Yo.
Exactly.
Nani will explain to us what that means.
No, it's more of really, it's the motorcycle
In 50 words or less.
The motorcycle industry kasi is really personal. It's not like a typical, it's a different business model, no? The experience that we had was really a plus, no? Because not everyone was exposed to, a motorcycle business and at the same time go into corporate. There was also a time that I had a transition, no, before I left the motorcycle industry. Sabi ko, before joining KTM, I left the motorcycle industry. Alam ni Bimbo yun. Sabi ko, parang ako, ano ba tawag doon? Hindi naman napagod. Nasuya lang. But with that suya, I went into a corporate business, no? So I helped a friend. Yeah, I helped a friend to manage the business and development of concrete polishing systems here in the Philippines. So we started with SNR, the flooring systems. So
yeah. Ang hirap nun, I wanted to get that finish. And
there's science to it. There's science
in
to
the
it.
day. So it took forever for them to get that look that I wanted. And then I did some research and now I know that may science talaga.
There is a science. So it's really, so from then on, from time to time pa rin, may tawag sa akin, advice ka naman sa motor, ganyan. And then, dahil kay Manu, sabi ni Manu, Ayala is going to KTM. Would you like to, they're looking into people that have experience in the motorcycle industry. Sabi, are you still interested and all? Sabi ko, why not? Sure. So nung ako, sabi ko, eto na. Tapos nung sabi nila, maraming kilala si Manu, na si Dino rin, maraming kilala ko. And then, siyempre, it fell into place. Sabi niya, sige, go, ganon. So parang yun na. Then, right there and then, na-expose naman talaga ako sa Aftersales kasi it's more of the support, the technical part, the fulfillment, the complaints. Sabi ko nga, mahirap ang Aftersales. Pero eto yun eh. Dito siguro talaga ako napunta. So, this is my line of work.
So now you're part. You got into it, and it's still aligned with what you're passionate about, and you just have more resources, I guess, at your disposal. And now you're making motorcycles, and then you have a
training.
And
training is one of my that is what I really like, is training. I mean, educating, helping, the young people now into the business also, diba? That's why we have meron kaming corporate social responsibilities with tie-up with Don Bosco Calauan for the school for technicians. So nagpo-pool din kami noon.
Iba, yang pa
So
tayo,
yun yung
di ba?
Ano?
Yang pa tayo.
Oo nga. Yang pa tayo.
Wala
Alright,
na kami
so-
matuturo sa'yo, Bak.
Baka ikaw ang magturo sa amin.
Oo, kaya na magtuturo sa amin.
Hindi yang pa kami.
So talking about your passion for motorcycles and for educating people and communicating, and it all kind of came together back last year when you started what's playing behind me, which is TBT. So how did that happen? Parang naging rockstar na kayo.
we never it's because of Anna. It's the fault of Anna.
Ano yan? Oo.
Because of the fault of Anna, it was just a transition. Everybody tried to kasi di ba the platform is new. There must be something new. We need to change the di ba? Dapat maiba tayo. Parating dapat meron change. Dapat first tayo. Parating may ganun kami na iniisip. So sabi natin, sige, gawin natin ito. Subukan natin. Tapos sabi niya, so sumubo kami ng ibang employees rin. But then again, yun nga, sa akin napunta. Then kay Bimbo. So parang, okay, naging face kami. Pero, we're just here really to not only to promote KTM, but to promote the right way of, education and educating motorcyclists. It's not just a bicycle or dapat yun yung responsibility natin as kaya nga careful tayo. Yung nga yung sabi ko sa iba, 'di ba? Kaya careful kami, 'di ba? Kasi 'di ba there is something that we need to educate the people, 'di ba? We're here.
Yan ba bagong tagline ng KTM? KTM, it's not a bike, it's a responsibility.
Dapat tagline ng lahat ng tao yun, hindi ng KTM, di ba?
The TBT, original TBT came out, that was 2019, I think, diba? Ginawa nila yun. Ano na yun successful na yun when I came on board. Diba, si Nani was already had a good following on Facebook. Dami nang nanonood sa YouTube and Facebook nila. And then nga, the pandemic happened. Diba, nag-iisip,
Yes.
we were thinking, anong gagawin natin? So si Anna was, gagawin natin? Kasi they can't shoot. They couldn't shoot. Everyone was at home. So sabi natin, let's try doing live. Kasi nga, I saw my son doing it. Diba? Sabi ko, turo mo ko. Paano gawin to? So we tested it out. We tried it out. Sige, subukan natin. We learned all that we could technically regarding the technicality of kasi wala namang ibang gumagawa. It's really when the show starts, it's just me and Nani. So talagang kami lang. There's no one running the transitions, no one running. It's just me and Nani. So we had to learn everything.
I remember one of the first shows ni Nani. It was just him and a cell phone.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It was just Nani
Actually,
and a cell phone. And I was like, ang sama ng
That's it.
audio. And then now, oops, speaking of technical,
Nag-brown out kay iba.
and now we're looking at what we see here, which is like parang professional production na.
Thank you very much because we worked really hard on that.
Actually, professional talaga, technically.
Thank you. Medyo ano yan. It's a labor of love, actually. It really is.
Yeah, we go out of our way talaga to do those things. No? We enjoy it, we love it. Kasi nga, it's something that we're very fortunate to be part of this. No, yung pumapasok ka na, nag-enjoy ka pa, 'di ba? What can you have more, 'di ba? I mean, 'di ba? We're so blessed, kumbaga.
Yeah.
And then speaking of blessed, I mean, I guess it's awesome to come to work with somebody like Dino Santos at the helm.
Yes, yes.
He messaged
Siya
here.
ang coach, no? Kami ang we are the pawns and the soldiers. But this is actually a whole team, no? It's not only us.
Really is.
We're just one of the branches, no? and we are also developing the new kids, no? Our people are the people that helps us, kasi hindi naman pwedeng kami lang, marami rin kami, at hindi magagawa yun kung wala sila, yung mga nasa
Yun.
likod namin.
Yeah.
Yan.
And Dina said, gentlemen, I come to work because of these guys. They are now family to me as well, and I to them. Yon. The friendship we have certainly helps in the way we work together. Honesty and principles are key to our ways forward.
Yes.
Yep.
And we do what is right and fair. Yon.
Yep. Yes.
Star players daw kayo. Siya yung coach. Tama yung sinabi niyo, Nani. Okay, so moving to KTM, to a bigger company, has allowed you guys to do so much in such a short amount of time and successfully, no? I guess Jolly, there's not much more for me to ask about what they've been doing and how they've been doing it.
Oo, tama. Ano na iba? Tama na yung usapang age. Oo. Usapang motorsiklo naman tayo. De, pero ito kasi, ito yung gusto kong simulan sa usapan na to. Parang, ikaw ba, Iba, tsaka Bak, ano ba muna yung paborito niyong KTM na model?
Ha?
Ikaw, Iba?
Okay, so I don't have one yet. I haven't ridden one yet. But I gotta say, it's the 390 Adventure, man. It's a practical bike. It's made in the Philippines. It's one of those bikes that I can keep forever. Maintenance is going to be affordable. I can ride it anywhere. If I was going to have one bike, it would be the 390 Adventure. If I lose some weight. Buck.
Si Jolly ba naghang?
Oo,
Ikaw
nag-
yung
Pero ikaw na.
Ikaw na.
Ako? Ako 990. Wala naman ako ibang bike. Hindi, 990. Kasi every time kung masakyan yon, natatakot ako eh. So reminder siya na tao ka lang.
Ganun ako sa 690 ko.
Ganyan lahat.
Mortal reminder.
Yun nga sinasabi namin sa mga customers, the new ones, no? Di ba yung nag-transition into these bikes? Be careful kasi it's really something, no? It's light and powerful. So, medyo, lalo na yung mga dati. Ngayon, mas tamed na nga eh.
Yun
Mga
nga.
dati,
Mabait
grabe.
yan.
You know, the first I tried was the 620 Duke. 1994.
Dukwan.
Oh, Duke 1. The Duke
Duke
1. Yeah. The 620 na na disipa pa. No starter. Grabe.
Enduro bike
Compressor
talaga
lang.
yun eh.
Yung
It's a motard. The first motard, the 17s.
I mean, pero
grabe.
it's really a production bike that
Yung-
they
Yes,
added
yes.
some signal lights onto.
Yeah.
yung
Yes.
620 Iba, ano yun eh? Parang EXE yata yun eh. Parang lagyan nyo ng
Hooligan
mags.
bike yun. Grabe. Hooligan bike yun. Grabe.
Parang rally bike na ginawa sa kalye.
yung pinakauna kong
Oh.
KTM experience, pinahiram ako ni Richard Bolt, yung Juke 2.
Ayun, mas
Isipin mo,
modelo na yun.
Buong buhay ko nun, ang nire-ride ko, 1981 na BMW na R65. Even sa 81 standards, mabagal yon. So, pinahiram niya ako ng KTM. Medyo, medyo na-shatter yung aking perception of speed nung araw na yun. At saka, medyo, hindi, iba yun, parang, sinasabi sa akin ng AirPods ko, mabilis magpatakbo si Richard Wood, pero holy shit, yung bike na yun, wow. Tapos ito si Iba, minsan, kala ko talaga kaibigan ko si Iba, tumirik yung scooter ko, tapos wala akong magamit na bike, pangpasok sa Makati kinabukasan. Sabi ni Iba, park mo yung scooter mo dito sa akin, kunin mo yung 690 ko, na Duke, hindi ko ginagamit. So kinabukasan, kasi nakapang pisina pa ako, nakapolo pa ako, maayos na itsura ko eh. Normally, Makati to QC mga 1 hour. 30 minutes sa Makati na ako. Tapos parang, ano nangyari? Kasi pagdating ko sa Makati, ano nangyari? So, parang yung kamay ko nanlalamig. Grabe yung motor na yun.
Di ka sumusunod sa sa speed limit ha.
Pero
Kasi-
3 kilometers lang yun.
Autopilot kayo pag umaga, di ba? Pag nagko-commit ka sa umaga, autopilot kayo.
Mm.
Yung problema
Those 690 engines are talagang something else. Those are
yung
like
mga
sobrang
unang
saya.
LC4, grabe
Oh,
yun.
yung LC4. So,
The
yun nga
LC4.
sinasabi namin, it's the funnest or it's the most exciting. Like me, my ride to work, 690 enduro rin ang gamit ko. So my 4-kilometer travel is probably the craziest 4-kilometer commute ever. Or the most fun you have in 4 kilometers.
Hindi mo kailangan ng kape kung
yun
KTM
yung
yung panggamit mo.
Pero
go to work.
nung nagko-commute ako sa Makati using yung Juke ni Iba, parang masaya siya eh. As in, pagpasok mo sa opisina, parang kang gising na gising ka eh.
At saka
Kasi
gaan.
adrenaline rush.
Gising ka talaga.
May tamang may ganun eh. Pero ako ito, para sa akin talaga, ang pinaka gusto ko talagang, for me parang it's a curiosity to me, is yung bagong LC8C.
That's 8C. Yeah.
Oh, tapos balita ko, locally made daw to.
Yep. The 790s already we launched the Duke
Last year.
79 last year, di ba? Yun yung una
During
nag-launch.
the pandemic.
Problema, tumama yung pandemic kaya hindi na na-push ng mabuti. And then we launched, sinabay na rin yung the locally produced adventures by June last year. Ano yun kasabay ng Independence Day because we wanted to highlight it being Philippine-made. So finally, di ba, the first like mid-range bike motorcycles, serious motorcycles are being made in the Philippines. So that's a big honor for us as a company. I mean, probably the first in not naman Southeast Asia, Malaysia, Thailand's been doing it for a while, but in the country, diba? It's a European motorcycle, a European brand that's being made here in the country and being exported pa pala.
Yes. Yun. Yes, we are exporting that.
That's
And
incredible.
If you will, you need to try it kasi the features it's all standard. The features that are options for this bike, it's all standard. Traction control,
KTM,
anti-wheelie,
the best talaga yan.
track mode, quick shifter. What more? Tapos ang gaan pa.
Si Bak, lalo ko dati ang yabang ni Bak eh. Yung mga 790, wala watered down yan compared dun sa 990 ko. Tapos si Jojo, yung mekaniko
Kailan
namin,
yan?
ginamit yung 790.
Oh.
Pag barat namin, parang watered down to?
The only
Parang-
the only modern KTM I've tried is the Duke 390, my dad's.
Yeah.
No?
Yes.
So I'm really looking forward to trying the new ones, the 790 especially, and the 390.
The 790.
And Iba
Kami nga,
is lower.
yeah.
The seat is
Yeah.
lower compared to the 392.
Talaga?
Magandang ano yun eh.
Yes. And it's
Magandang i-promote.
heavier, maybe
Yeah.
20 kilos lang. It's heavier 20 kilos from the 392. More or
Yung
less.
adventure.
Yeah, the adventure.
No,
Yeah.
the 792.
The Duke, sorry. Yeah. The Duke's
792 is heavier, mga 20-30 kilos lang.
Yung Duke, ito yung Philippine-made na, di ba?
Yes.
Yes,
Mm.
yes.
Yan ang magandang i-promote talaga kasi lalo na dahil dito sa pandemic natin. Bilhin nyo yung Philippine-made para yung economy natin umangat-angat,
Yes.
di ba?
Correct,
Yung
correct.
mga
And
True.
nasa Laguna, yun ang mga kikita, hindi yung sa mga kung saan-saan na factory.
we're manufacturing this for export.
Yes.
Yun.
Yes. For Asia.
That's incredible.
So-
I mean, one of the best bikes in the world is being assembled here,
In Laguna.
and we're bringing it to other countries. That for me is one of the reasons why I really got to get my hands on one of these bikes.
world-class,
Yan.
Pinoy.
And that's possible because of
World-class.
Ayala's and the KTM, the partnership, KAMI, no? The KTM Asia Motorcycle Manufacturing Company, no? Incorporated, which is a partnership with KTM AG and the Ayala. So
Yung pala yung ibig
we are
sabihin
very,
ng
very
Kami.
fortunate
Yung
na
Kami,
kasama.
yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
KTM
may sticker ako nun,
Asia
di ko alam kung ano ibig sabihin nun eh.
Motorcycle. So yun. And of course, we're looking forward for more pa rin, no? Ventures, hopefully, di ba? We're doing our best kaya di ba?
Probably won't stop with the 790s. So hopefully in the future we have more models that we can.
Yeah.
Oo nga parang kanina wala pa tayong 5 minutes on air, may nagbato agad ng tanong kailan daw ba magiging locally made yung 890?
Kakalabas pa lang nun kakalabas pa lang sa Austria.
Oo.
Bili muna kayo ng 790.
Kinakalas pa doon inaaral pa doon din Nani paano buuin.
Pero seriously tama sabi ni Bak, if you have the chance, I mean everyone out there, if you have the chance to test the 790 because it's just yun yung sabi nga, diba, Nani and I talked about it, sabi secretly yan ang aming gustong motor sa stable namin. Kasi siya, loyal siya sa 390 niya, ako loyal ako sa 690. Pero pag kami na lang nag-uusap, parang masarap gamitin yung 790.
Sarap gamitin kasi nag-shoot kami noong 790 Duke. Wow, sabi ko, okay to. Parang 390 lang to. Ang dali galaw
very light. And then, all the electronic packages ng 790, nandun na lahat built-in na. Yung quick shifter, yung ride mode, may track mode siya. Lahat nandun na.
It comes standard.
I need that because yung 690 scares the crap out of me. Yung lang ABS.
Yung 690 ni Ibang wala pang electronics Spark plug pa lang yata yung electronic dun
It's the old one.
Yung confidence mo pag may ABS, iba na talaga.
Oh yeah.
Hindi ko na ma-turn off Nakakatakot na.
Pero alam mo
Gusto ko yung dati. Ngayon,
gusto ko yung thrill nung Gusto ko yung thrill nung parang sa 690 ni eBay, yung it shatters your ego.
It does.
It does. Really does.
Lagi mong dodob. Kasi yung okay yung electronics kasi parang it builds confidence naman talaga. It makes you a better rider per se. Pero nawawala yung which is safer product naman talaga. Pero wala yung thrill Wala yung parang
Jolly, ito maganda doon. Pwede mong i-off.
Pwede mong patayin.
Yun. Di ba yan? Parang 1 to 5 or on-off lang?
Yung yun, pag nilagay mo sa sport or sa track mode, pwede mong patayin yung...
Naalala ko nga yung... Naalala ko yan, sa internet binabasa ko yung KTM nga. Parang may lumabas sa website niya, may parang chart pa yun Mag-o-off-road ka ba o hindi? Naka-road tires ka ba o off-road tires? Para ito yung mga settings recommended. Yung levels ng traction control kasi 9 levels yata yan.
May ibang levels kung kay gusto mo.
We've spoken about the two types, the generations. Now there's a huge jump from the bikes that Buck and I own to the new bikes that are being made here with all the technology, all the bells and whistles.
Yes.
Ano yung essence ng KTM? Hindi ba nawawala once you add all of these rider aids?
Good question.
Actually, yun nga yung sinasabi natin kanina, iba di ba? There is still the racing, no? Kasi the alam mo naman yung history, it's really racing from the very start. KTM started in 1953 because of racing. They want to race in the 6 days. Kaya nga may 6 days.
6-day enduro.
They're more into enduro.
6-day enduro.
The technology that I have was really into making single cylinder big pistons, no? Yun yung technology nila talaga. And up till now, sila lang ang gumagawa pa rin noon. Yun lang nagpunta na sila sa twin, but it's still a hooligan bike. So, ang pedigree pa rin is the single piston. Single piston pa rin. And even with the Moto2 and the Moto2s are a single piston 250cc na derived from enduro bikes. Iba lang syempre yung configuration. So, as you will see, yung essence pa rin niya, ang maganda lang sa KTM, di ba, like with the 790 Dukes and the new bikes, no? You can turn it off and make it the same as the old ones. But this is lighter, more. If you're really, it depends on how you ride, no? If you're really a good rider, then you can turn it off, all of it.
So i-off mo lang lahat ng aids.
Yes, you can do that. So andun pa rin siya.
Hindi ko gagawin yun. I need the AIDS, man.
Yeah,
I-
no. When
Gotta
when
have
you're
some AIDS.
not young anymore, you need all
Nope,
the
nope.
aids.
Yung
Sarap kaya na may
ABS,
ABS.
traction control, grabe. Ang
Yeah.
laking bagay nun.
Yeah, tama rin yung
Iba,
sabi ni Sardino in the comments. But if you want to go
Yes.
faster, we have to make it safer.
Safer.
I agree. I cannot
Mm.
go fast on my 690. I can't. It's just so scary. I mean, kung may tricycle na huminto, bumibigay na yung likod. Eh. Di ba? Parang
Oo,
action
oo.
car ka
Oh,
sa mabagal lang eh.
That's a good reason for you to try the 790 then.
It
Actually.
Really is.
wow.
It's
It's
so
so-
easy to ride. So easy to ride.
Tsaka iba, even in the
Ridiculously easy
corners,
to ride.
grabe. Sobra. I
Mm.
never expected that bike to be to handle like that.
And
That
ano,
is
yeah.
Less inputs on your on your hands. Walang very neutral. It's
Iniisip mo pa lang
Sa
may
naliligo ka.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bumili
yeah.
ko na yung bike
Saka
ko
may
isa.
tutok pa.
Maganda yung balance.
Paano
Kaya nga
mag-handle
yun niya
yung-
yung,
Yeah,
that's why it's named the
scalpel.
scalpel, di ba? So where you point it, that's where it'll go.
Tutok, pasok.
As in,
It's
ganun
more of-
talaga siya. As in, mismo.
Parang yung
GP
390,
tayo,
diba? Yung
Mac.
390,
GP tayo.
ganun rin iba eh. Di ba you tried the 390 of your dad? Di ba?
Yep,
Saan
yep.
mo ilagay?
Pasok.
No effort.
Ah,
Walang hila.
ganun.
Hindi mo hinihila yung bike. Wala.
Wala.
Hindi mo... Wala,
Kaya
wala.
siya scalpel.
Yeah. Very precise.
Akala ko
Very,
yung
very precise.
hiwa dun sa may headlight.
Nahiwa ng scalpel.
Tsaka you should, if you're able to try it, just try out the quick shifter. It's really a blast.
Oh my.
As in, it's ridiculously fun. As in, up and down,
Oh.
quick shifter.
Bimbo,
na clutch.
alam mo, ang sama ng experience ko sa quick shifter na yan. Kasi yung problema ko, nung gumamit ako ng ibang bike na walang quick shifter, ang tanga ko magmotor bigla. Parang yung una kong motor na after nung KTM na 790, paggamit ko ng bike, wala palang quick shifter. Una kong shift, crack! Ano yan?
Ay,
Galing.
hindi pala KTM.
Ayun kaya lalo na downshift, you could hear the engine, di ba? Boom! Ano siya talaga eh.
Kusa na dimash na yun.
Yep. Boom! Boom! Mga ganun siya. Okay, sabi ko, masaya to. Ang sarap sa
Siya
kurbada.
nagko-compensate eh. Siya yung nagko-compensate eh. Basta
I gotta
mababa
try
lang,
it, man.
hindi lang.
Yeah, you gotta try it. I mean, yun talaga, that's on a personal level, not because I work with KTM.
Electronic na ba
Everyone
yung
should
ano,
try it.
Shifter?
Yes,
Ha?
electronic
Solenoid.
electronic shifters. Yeah.
Solenoid. May
Solenoid.
solenoid
So
siya.
siya ang bahalang mag-shift.
Parang bale, pag
Oh,
yung
parang
paa mo,
ano pa rin,
kinakabyos
ikaw pa
mo
rin
yung
ang-
yung linkage niya, either siya yung sasalun ng galaw, or kapag shift na, siya
yung
yung bigla
nagre-read.
siyang gaganon.
Oo,
Um,
siya nagre-read.
Tas
Kala
yung
mo
mga-
lang na shift ka, pero yung computer talaga.
Tapos, nagbibigay siya ng signal dun sa ECU na i-up niya yung RPM para mag-compensate dun sa downshift mo or sa upshift mo.
Hmm.
Ganun siya.
Damn,
Tapos
So
ano
that's
ba yan?
So it's
Nung ano,
the design principle is still there, iba. The power, the lightness,
Yeah,
it's still it's a
still a
790,
KTM.
it's a 800cc with 400cc pistons, 'di ba? Dalawa. So para ring single, 'di ba? Nilagay lang na parallel to.
So the
And
balance, the power,
Yeah.
that big smile will still
the
be
power.
And
Right.
they made it so compact, the design. It's actually a totally different configuration on engine building. It's like a car, no? Horizontally, na siya divided.
Tsaka yung
Hindi siya
yung
di ba,
transmission ng KTM,
Pagbigas ng transmission, yes. Di ba?
nakastack horizontal sila eh. Hindi,
Yes.
hindi lumalabas.
Yes. Yun yung bagong design nila.
Para
Kaya medyo
mahaba ang
matagal
sensor.
rin.
in the world.
Saka yung LC8C engine yung power niya is usable power talaga. You can grunt low. Alam mo yung gapang, pwede mong gapangin. And then when you
Ganun
feel
kaganda
like
na ngayon.
gusto mo maging
Kaya yung
hooligan, open it up. And it'll just
Yun
bolt
yung
away.
sabi ni
Ganun kaagad siya.
Dino na butter smooth shifting. That's one. And even the throttle response is iba talaga.
Electronic siya eh, no? Pero maganda yung
Yes.
pulido nga yung
Ride by
electronics
wire.
ng KTM. Oh.
Ride
Kasi may
by
mga ibang bikes talaga ride by wire, pero alam mo yung sobrang parang disjointed yung pakiramdam mo dun sa engine.
Oo, ito hindi eh. Kakaiba.
Oo, na-modulate mo.
Oo.
O nga, no?
Actually,
Alam mo, looking back, kasi kahit dati pinahiram ako ng may iniwan na 390 Juke sa akin ng isang buwan. Yun yung pinampasok ko rin sa Makati araw-araw eh. Tipid sa gas nun. At saka kasaya.
Oo, matipid. Kami rin, never expected. Akala namin malakas yung 790. Hindi, ang tipid no?
Alam mo, ang naging problema ko lang sa tingin ko na niya, yung sinasabi mong design principles ng KTM that they try to make it as light as possible, as compact as possible. Medyo too much of a good thing yung sa 390 Juke. Para sa akin kasi ang laki ko eh.
Hindi, kaya nga,
pag
dapat sa'yo
lumalabas
yung
sa picture,
790.
pag lumalabas sa picture, nakasakay ako sa 390, parang,
Oo,
ang litong bike.
Oo.
Tama, 790 dapat.
790 talaga.
But
for your everyday ride, I recommend that one para sa inyo. I mean, lalo na yung weight issues niya, yung ang dali niyang gamitin, di ba? Tapos fuel mileage.
Ay, magaan lang ako.
Di ba?
Magaan lang ako. 65 kilos.
Pero ito yung di ba, siyempre, alam naman natin lahat ng matutuli na makina, siyempre, may downside yan when it comes to durability. Pero ako kasi, nung binabasa ko rin ang mga specs at saka yung mga technologies na ginagamit ng KTM in designing their engines, ngayon ko lang nakita yung yung application ng mga DLC coatings, yung mga diamond-like coatings, di ba?
Yes.
Or yung mga Nikasil, di ba? Yung mga, medyo na yung mga Nikasil cylinders. Pero, does that mean, di ba, na, okay, ready to race ang KTM, pero, matibay pa rin.
Of
So,
course, kasi
ano bang,
globally kasi it's a requirement already as a standard that, di ba, because of the quality standards ng motorcycle industries, no? Siyempre, kailangan you need to be at par. Hindi lang naman yung kailangan mabilis ka tapos hindi ka reliable. Dapat,
may gano'n na pala.
hindi naman pwede matulin ka tapos sirain.
Since pang-public yung pang-public mo gagamitin, consumer na siya, no?
Consumer-driven na rin siya. At saka syempre, the responsibility of,
Kasi,
but of course, hindi rin mawawala yung it doesn't mean that the bike takes care of itself. It's the responsibility of the rider as well.
yun.
It's a mistake na, okay lang yan ng gano'n, no?
Matibay yan.
Something, you need to take care of it. May maintenance yan, may preventive maintenance. You need to follow the procedure, the process, diba?
Pet peeves ko yung mga ganyan. Yung mga hindi nagbabasa ng manual ng motor nila.
Nako!
Tapos biglang magtatanong sa Facebook, kailan yung magpapa-change oil? Nandun kaya sa manual lahat yan?
Pero isipin mo ito yung problema ngayon yung mga manual noong panahon, noong mga 80s, 70s, diba? Paano mag-adjust ng valve sa makina mo, paano mag-change oil, paano magpalit ng air filter. Yung mga manual kasi ngayon medyo electronic copy na, tapos mga tipong nakalagay, wag mo inumin ng battery acid, diba? Wag ka magbabasa ng mainit na langis. Medyo iba na yung medyo yung problema, medyo nag-a-adapt din yung laman ng manual sa mga tao ngayon
Nakakapag-Facebook ka nga, di ka marunong mag-Google.
No, pero totoo yun. Everything can be found in the owner's manual. That's why in our trainings, when we either talk to our dealers or we talk to yung mga users, yung mga kagaya natin, mga kaibigan natin na nagra-ride, we always encourage them. Alam niyo, if you really want to get to know your bike, you read more about it, either outside third-party documentation or your own documentation that you have, either electronic or printed. And then basically, it's all there, all the basics that you need to take care of the bike that will last for a long, long time. Kailangan mo lang sundan yun. And of course, sensible use. I mean, diba, there's a kind of use ng motor na masisira mo talaga siya. Diba? May hangganan yan. May makina lang yan. May tolerances yan. Pag lumagpas ka doon, kahit anong tibay ng makina mo, masisira yun.
Sabi ni
Kaya
yung proper PMS is the key.
Yeah.
Like me,
Sabi ni si James Deakin. Yung resident James Deakin, si Carl.
Si Karen. Ako nga di ba, kasi I test the 390 Dukes kasi I was fortunate enough to be one of the first batch of the 10 units na the first assembled out of the factory. So, isa yon yung bike, no? So, dapat training do. So, kinuha ko, and now, it has already almost 30,000 kilometers. And
Tibay.
I just do the preventive maintenance.
And then
Hindi pa gumagalaw yung
daily
valves?
use niya.
No, hindi. Na ano na rin yung valves kasi 30
Na-adjust na rin.
Yes,
Nag-adjust na.
tapos nagpalit na ako ng brake fluid, ng fluids. Palit na ako ng chain, tires. Yun pa lang ang ginagawa ko. But the clutch, I still have the same clutch pa rin.
Tibay ah.
Yep.
Ang gaan.
Kaya the best, ano ka ba?
Ang gaan ko kasi.
Ang gaan.
Ang gani Nani.
May mga
Ang gaan ko.
bagang sinani.
Oo, ang gaan ako. Magaan ako.
So yun ang ika-important, yung dapat kapag may KTM ka, ipagawa nyo dun sa mga experts natin.
Authorized.
sa
Yeah.
KTM.
Authorized.
Tira mo si Buck, kung saan pinapagawa yung 990, may resistor yung lambda sensor.
Oy, hindi ako nagpagawa nun, ha?
May resistor tsaka capacitor sa lambda sensor. Hindi ko makakalimutan yan.
Tinitrik ka, tinitrik. Iniiba
Hindi,
yung
tsaka naka-plug sa lambda sensor side, hindi sa ECU side.
Okay kung tinitrik eh.
Anong tinitrick nun?
Tinitrik niya yung sarili niya eh. Yung mekaniko niya tinitrik yung sarili.
Grabe yun, nakamot kami ulo nun, promise. Ito yung huling tanong. What
Yes.
does ready to race mean sa context ng KTM?
Oh,
Ikaw,
nice.
Vince.
No, ready to race. Ready to race is a principle of just being like all our bikes are practically from the showroom. You can bring it out on the street, specifically for the dirt bikes. Yung mga dirt bikes of the KTM
The Enduros.
are the Enduros, the SX, the EXCs, are straight from the showroom to the track. Pwede na. As in for competition,
Wala
that's
ka
why
nang
it's ready
gagalawin.
to race.
Yep.
I mean, all the principle of yung principle ng design, principle in brand values of purity, performance, adventure, and extreme. Lahat, kumbaga, yung pag pinagsama-sama mo yung apat na core values ng KTM, it all comes out to ready to race. Kumbaga, lahat, even the 390s, even the 200s, maximized lahat yan. I mean, that's why the engines are so small. Diba? Ang liit ng engines niya, but
Pwede ba
maximized that in power.
Pwede ba natin ulitin yun? Pwede natin gawing raffle question yun na. Ano yung apat na core values ng KTM?
Core values.
Purity,
Purity,
performance.
performance,
Purity,
adventure,
Performance.
adventure, and extreme.
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 Yep.
Parang kung nagbabalak ka mag-track, hindi mo na kailangan i-modify yung
Wala na.
Yes,
makina mo at saka
That's it.
suspension.
Suspension.
Yun na yun.
Mm.
Basically, bumili ka ng race bike na may headlight.
Na road legal naman. Na road legal naman.
Road legal,
Oo.
yeah. Road
Ilang
legal.
headlight? Ilang headlight? Oo.
Yep,
Alam mo,
yun.
napansin ko nga,
Basically,
pag tuwing gumagamit ako ng KTM, sa stoplight ka, kasi diba usually pag naka-big bike ka, gusto kong kinakarera ka ng mga kamote. Pag gamit ko yung 690 ni Iba, walang dumidikit sa akin.
Totoo. Lalo na 690. Lalo na pag 690 tumabi sa'yo.
Grabe talaga yung bike din. Parang ano siya, parang siyang mali ko, di ko parang ang hirap ang hirap. Parang siya yung The One
Namulat
Ring
ang
sa
iyong
Lord of the Rings.
kaisipan.
Parang nakokorap ka, pero nakukuha mo yung kapangyarihan ni Sauron. Parang ganun.
What a geek. On that note, Buck, it's your section.
May OBB pa ba?
Wala.
Wala na. Wala na. Oh, eto KTM Adventure Stories. Presented by KTM. Doon tayo sa mga usapang biyahe.
Yan.
Ano yung mga best riding destination and memorable experiences nyo?
Cool. Napakarami niyan. Where do I
Tapos,
even begin?
isusunod ko dun yung worst.
Huwag naman, huwag na yun. Pinalimutan
Yung worst
ko na.
yung worst yung hindi sila hindi sila naka KTM.
Marami rin
Okay,
kami
ayun.
gano'n.
Ang worst, hindi mo natapos.
Oo, yun ang bad trip. Sinakay ang motor. Sinakay ang motor.
Yeah, tama. Sabi ni Sir Dino, that trip that we had with sila Sir Dino, sila Boss Art in Sagada was probably one of the best
God,
rides we've had.
klase yun.
One of the best. So,
Uy, ano yan?
No, that was a umuulan yun eh.
12 hour,
Going up
umulan.
Manawe.
Bad.
Oo.
Ibang
That's
klase.
something else. That was something else. So yun, if we're talking about ride destinations in the north, nothing beats the Cordilleras. I mean, the best.
Ayan.
Best riding up north.
That was,
Ako, in my opinion, because I've done the Philippine Loop mga 2013, 2014, nagawa ko. The best riding that I've had experience and I want to experience again is Mindanao. For me, it's the best riding destination ever.
Ganda
It's
ng mga
Mindanao.
highway dun.
Endless roads, forests, oceans, as in lahat nandun. Beautiful.
Actually, one of my best KTM adventure stories was riding around Lake Cebu on 1150.
Wow.
That was fun. Kasama ko sila Brando noon eh. And sila Aris, actually.
Really?
Oo. Norman Rings lent me a motorcycle.
oh, yeah.
Ganda dyan sa Lake Cebu. Puro tilapia pagkain.
Mura tilapia siguro dun.
Hindi, lake
Pag
yun eh.
maganda na maiksi yung di ba yung papuntang Baler. Okay rin.
Oh, yeah.
Uy, di pa nakakapunta dyan sa Baler.
Ako rin. Ang daming
Short
kwento sa
trip.
Baler, gusto ko
Ang West Ab lang ako.
Grabe.
sa
ibang Baler yun.
Yung sa Baler, like mga 7 years ago, mas masaya sa KTM yun. Pero now,
Ngayon,
Yung
Diba?
sinasabi mong rap road pa,
I remember riding with Boylet and naka-KTM siya. And siguro medyo lumalaki yung ulo mo pag naka-KTM ka eh. Nakaya mo lahat. May bagyo noon. And then may log bridge. Right? So yung iba, dumaan sa log bridge. Si Boylet, nakita niya yung yung river. Sabi niya, kaya ng KTM to. Dala yata niya yung 640 na enduro. And then wala pa siyang 5 meters into the water. Ang lakas ng alon, nahulog siya.
Grabe.
Pero now, if
Sir-
you want to get that same kind of thrill, you gotta go up to like Dinajawan, di ba? Lalampas ka konti ng Baler para may konting rough roads pa rin.
Nawawala na rin yun. They're slowly developing that area already.
Yeah.
Unti-unti.
It's more of road now.
Sir Dino Santos, we need to ride Mindanao.
Oh.
I agree with you there, sir.
Schedule na natin.
Sama kami.
Lalo na the
Kahit train-
coast of Davao.
Kahit
Davao
390
Oriental.
adventure lang daw, pero no kay iba, okay na daw yun.
Okay na ako sa 390 actually. Kasi ang hassle ng mga
Adventure,
tie-down sa
adventure.
Roro eh.
Kailangan mo pa rin tayo daw yung 390, no?
No, pero maneuvering a big bike doon sa mga masikip na Roro, like lalo na yung papuntang Camiguin, mga maliit, ang hirap nun.
Oo. Yeah, ako the best na biyahe ko on a non-KTM bike na puro Roro was on a Vespa PX.
Oo,
Kasi
agree.
kahit saan sa Roro pwede mo isiksik.
Yep.
Kasi di alam ng mga stibidor kung ano gagawin nila. Saan natin tatali ito?
Huwag na, lit lang yan eh.
Hindi, kailangan mo itali sa Roro, dude.
Oo, kailangan.
Pagitnaan nyo sa mga bag.
Kung hindi mo balikbahin ba?
Nani, most
Yes.
memorable adventure on a motorcycle.
Well, that Sagada was really something. It was very challenging. Umayaw nga ako eh. Sobrang
Bumigay sila,
challenging eh. Oo, grabe.
Kasi literally,
ang dulas
sumigaw siya na
Sobrang
ayoko na.
dulas.
Literally, sumigaw siya. Ayoko na, nadinig ko siya.
Wait, what made it challenging?
it was raining.
Raining.
And we can't go that fast. And my tires are bad. It's really bad.
Plus
hindi kayo
that rain, yung rainy part, yung mahirap na part, came at the tail end
Was
of the
in the
ride. So medyo
mountains
pagod
pa,
na rin.
yeah.
So medyo pagod
in
na
the
kayo.
mountains.
That was a 12, 13-hour ride.
Yeah. Kasi we passed not the short route We passed going to Nueva Vizcaya
Banawe.
and then
Banawe.
We went
So,
straight
malayo.
Banawe, ikot.
Ikot kami.
So pagdating namin dun,
Pagod na pagod.
tawa sila ng tawa. Ayoko na mag-ride.
Ayoko na muna makakita ng motor.
Oh, yun.
And then,
Iba yun,
this was
iba yun.
was this recently?
Yeah. I think before the
2019, yeah.
Yeah.
Kumusta yung last 10 kilometers? Naayos na ba? Or
Banawe
rough
to
road
Sagada.
pa rin? Oo.
It was okay. It was.
Yeah.
I don't remember
Tapos
running.
binangga
on
pa
any
ako,
road.
di ba? Naalala mo, Bims? Binangga
Yeah.
pa ako. Going out of Rock Garden.
Ano
Uy,
bumagay?
rock in.
Rock
Rock
in,
in,
rock in.
Kayo,
rock in.
yun.
Slowly,
Iconic
no, I
yun.
went up slowly. Oy, hindi ako natutumba, di ba? When I went up, merong from, I think, a native there. So I went, diretso ko on the other side, then I made a right U-turn. Hindi ko siya napansin. Ang tuling niya, binanggahan niya ako, nabaksakan ko siya ng motor ko. Siya yung nabaksakan ko.
Boy naman siya.
Okay naman.
Okay.
Kami ni Carl, inayos namin yung okay ka ba? Inayos namin yung niya kasi naka-underbone lang di ba? Tapos binaksakan ko ng motor.
Di masasaktan yun kasi lightest bike ang KTM eh.
Hindi, kasama rin namin. Mabigat pa rin
Lightest
yung
rider pa.
pagtutumba di ba? That was something, that was an experience.
That was a crazy ride. Yeah, that was a crazy ride.
Sagada is definitely one of those like bucket list rides, no? It's got everything. Yung Halsema Highway. Halsema ba?
Yeah, Halsema.
Yes, that's it.
Parang nasa Europe ka eh. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Lalo na from Sagada,
And
that part.
Going back to Baguio, there was some rerouting, detours. Di ba? We went to Tagudin and that area.
Yeah.
The waterfalls, yung nga, yung sa Cordilleras, may waterfall.
Grabe.
Sa sobrang taas. Wow, ganda.
Oh.
Tapos may kasama kaming Austrian. Yun. Pagod na pagod. How long is this? We'll be there
From HQ, from headquarters.
Are we there yet?
Yeah, we're there yet. Yeah.
Akala ko si Carl.
It's asking us like, are you tired? Are you tired? Yes. Are you tired? Yeah. Oh, okay. Good. I'm not the only one.
I remember going up to Sagada with sila Alvin. Long ride. Pagdating na namin doon, and putik pa. The last 14 kilometers, bangin at saka putik. Hindi pa ginagawa yun.
Ay, oo. Yun, before. Ganun siya.
And gabi na, pagod na pagod ako. I'm not a great rider. Sobrang chill rider ako. But going up, sinusundan ko lang yung ilaw nila. And ang bilis namin kasi pagod na lahat. Pero pababa the next day. And then basa pa yung yung putik talaga, wet mud. And pag the next day going down, ang bagal ko kasi nakita ko yung bangin. Hindi ko wala.
Nahimasmasan ka na.
Sagada is really the way to go, man.
Yeah. Alam mo, the one area there na sana mag-open is Mount Data Hotel, which is, for me, one of the best destinations in that area.
Pinupuntahan
Kasi yun yung
namin
pinakamataas Yun yung pinakamataas na
Lamig
area
doon.
doon
Doon ako na-experience ng 0 degrees. Di ba, Bimbo,
Yeah.
0.
Lamig.
0 degrees.
Yeah,
Mount
0
Data.
degrees.
On the way daw.
February.
Nagayaya na si Mark Song. Let's get muddy, Iba. Naku,
Pero
Game ako.
Alam mo, Iba,
Wait lang,
ang
wait lang, Iba.
pinakamaganda, alam mo, ang pinakamaganda is when you are riding with good friends and
Oh, yeah.
Yan ang
yun ang
sinasabi ni
pinaka-enjoy
Dino.
talaga.
Oh, yeah.
Yun.
Iba yun,
What?
kakaiba yun.
Kanina
Stress
umaga,
ko
di ba
lang yung
pinag-usapan natin yan?
Yung good friends.
Oh, it's about the company that you ride with.
Yes.
Speaking of so dati yearly kami umaakyat. One of the others, we went up the other side then, through Banawe Hotel, diba? And then we stayed over in Banawe Hotel. And then I shared a room with Alvin. And then linibre ako ng igorot massage.
Do
Do not get an igorot massage.
What's an igorot massage?
Parang binugbog kami ng dalawang igorot.
Para kasi
Pinikpikan.
Oo. Like the next day, ang sakit ng katawan ko. Talaga, ang muscular nila, pare. These two short dudes come in and they basically, you pay them to beat you up. I bring that up because we've got a new sponsor. So if you don't want to get an igorot massage, bili ka ng Ogawa massage, yung nabibigit. Sarap nun sa long ride.
Oh, may portable sila, di ba? Portable Ogawa massage.
So sa ride natin with sila Bimbo and Nani, magdala tayo ng portable.
Ako,
Hindi
sa motor pa lang,
iba.
ilalagay ko rin.
Para talagang masarap yung katawan mo pagkatapos. Mag-igorot massage ka, tapos mag-ogawa ka.
No, never again.
Tenderized ka na pagkatapos nun.
Never again. On that note, how we usually end the show, which is the most difficult question. Ito yung pinakamalalim. And it becomes more difficult after people like Ruel and Dino have answered it so well, no? So Nani, Bimbo, and we'll start with Nani.
Yeah.
Anong definition nyo ng tunay na rider? Nani.
Okay. Sa akin kasi yung tunay na rider is, it's more of yung being responsible enough, no? Getting, to be a sample. Lalo na with us, no? We are exposed to the public. We have a responsibility to tell them what is really the correct way of riding, being safe, di ba? Being courteous to the other riders or motorists that uses the roads. That is being a tunay na rider. Being responsible for everyone. Lalo na with the rides also. Di ba, walang iwanan. Pag rider ka, walang iwanan. When you are on a ride, walang iwanan. That's how I see tunay na rider.
Yun, agree. Actually, and that's a common note. Actually, that's also what Jet Li said last week, di ba? Yung gusto niya kasama sa mga ride, yung hindi nang iiwan. That's why actually, yung may dalawang grupo ako dati, Club PK at saka Hombres. Hombres, hindi nang iiwan yun. Club PK, bahala ka sa buhay mo. But which is why I'm still riding with the Hombres.
Kasi kailangan ma-experience mo rin iba, di ba?
Yeah.
I mean, we have experiences and then you will know who will you ride with, di ba?
Correct.
People that are responsible.
True. Agree.
They're there because not only they know that they are responsible for everyone. Lahat tayo may kanya-kanya, di ba? That's how it is. Responsible tayo. Kumbaga, pag kasama mo ako, may mangyari sa'yo, hindi kita iiwan. I will be there for you. Kasi ganun din ang iniisip ko sa akin, di ba? Nagagawin niyo sa akin. That's what.
And that's also why I love riding with Ruel, and we've had some really awesome adventures together. Yeah, and sabi niya, thumbs up. Nani, well stated.
si Dino nagsusumbong.
Hindi, kasi narinig, magkasama kami niyan na monte kami ma-aksidente. At ako sinabi ko, wag ka nataw.
Well, I mean, you gotta respect your wisdom over since the 1920s, sabi ni Carl. to be able to be still riding since then, nakaka-elib yun. Oh, Bimbo, what is your definition? Solo view kita.
Wow. So tunay na rider. Yeah, I can't really go too far off from what Nani said. Of course, responsibility. I'd like to add, of course, yung maintaining the passion. diba? You get into this. It's a lifestyle. It's not really. It's so different from other hobbies or things because this entails danger. May danger to eh. So there's a responsibility for you to learn about what you're doing, but at the same time maintaining that passion kasi that'll keep you wanting to learn more. And the more you learn, actually, 'di ba? This is a common usapan sa especially those who've ridden for a long time. The more you know, the longer you ride, the slower you ride because because you recognize the danger. Diba? Yun yung ano, always one of my advices pag sinasabi sa akin na ano hindi ba delikado nagmumotor? Yeah, it is. It's inherently dangerous. But me, one of my principles is the moment I start being like not afraid of riding, it's the moment I stop already. That there's a danger has to be there, fear has to be there to keep you honest. So, I mean, yung passion and then the responsibility and then the camaraderie, the brotherhood. That's yung mga importante ng ano of being a tunay na rider. So for me, yun yung mga definition for me of tunay na rider.
You know what? That's the first time, and I kind of agree. I've been riding for a long time, and every year I get slower and slower. But you're right. The passion, the reason you've got that passion also is because you know the risks, and you wake up and you still do it. Mm-hmm. We've all had our spills. We've all had friends who've that we miss, no? But we still get on that bike because that's part of why we ride.
Yeah, exactly.
Galing. I never thought about it that way. Yeah.
Mm.
And who we are, it's really you were meant to be siguro to ride. I mean,
yeah, it's already part of who you are. You know, it's part of your character. It's what makes you now na.
Yes,
that's when you started to get on a motorcycle, hindi mo na maaalis yun. That's a part of your life already. Kasama na. So you have to learn to live with it and to live with it properly. To live with it safely.
So you need to be safe, be careful kasi to enjoy it, di ba?
Yeah, to enjoy it.
Yeah.
You have family to think about, di ba? You have your own family. Responsibility mo rin sa kanila yun.
And yet, Dino also has a great point. True character comes out in a ride. Yeah, diba? You, without verbally talking or communicating, it's how you watch out for each other, that you trust the person in front of you to steer well, to keep looking backwards, and the person behind you to stop and help you out. And true character comes when it's stressed.
Yeah.
Diba? Not the best. The best rides aren't the most memorable rides because nothing happens. You remember
best
the worst
rides. Yung mga hindi planado.
And then sabi ni Ruel, he agrees with Bimbo. Riding is a self-mastery journey.
Yeah.
I realized that pardon my French, when shit hits the fan, I'm useless. I know that when things go down, dito ako lang sa likod, tutulong ako, pero I cannot. I mean, you learn things about yourself, right? About your limits, about your capabilities, and it's honest. You can't lie to yourself on a long ride.
Exactly. You're exposed. You expose yourself. So and then you expose yourself to your riding buddies. That's why, like Nani and I've been together, we've been riding for a good part of 20 years. That's why we're very, very close. Kumbaga, ano na yan eh. We're brothers basically. You form that bond already. Totoo yun. I mean, honest, kumpare ko nga eh. It's a family thing already. Because you trust the guy. You trust the people you ride with. You build a bond with them that you hope to create with other riders. Yun lang naman eh. That's what you want. That's also part of riding. Is creating that bond. It's that special bond between the riders.
Like me nga, like Bimbo and a lot of my friends, they all started as my customers. But they ended up as my very, very good friends. Because character, Of course, we have all kalokohan. I mean, iba-ibang utak rin natin, no? Sino nga sinasabi namin, lahat tayo mayabang di ba? So, kaya-kaya na lang yan, di ba? Kanya-kanya na lang yan.
Yep.
Pero I mean, di ba, it's more of that. It's more than that. No? It's more of the character. I trust you, you trust me. It's kakaiba yun. Parang gera di ba? Ganun siya. Ganun siya.
Naiiyak
Tunay
ako
na rider.
This is like ito yung pinaka-moving. Okay, on that note, thank you so much, Bimbo. Thank you so much, Nani, for being on Tunay na Rider. Is there anything you want to say before we wrap up?
Well, we are very, very proud, or of course, no, so happy na naimbita mo kami.
Yep,
kasi
true.
Gusto ko na rin magpa-guest dito eh.
Ulterior motive si Nani.
So anyway, maraming salamat, no, Jolly yan, kasama ko si Jolly, Bak, and Iba for giving us the chance, no, to show what we are, who we are, what KTM means to us, to everyone, and not only promoting the brand, but being proud that it's being made in the Philippines and exported. Yun ang pinakamaganda. So, for the Philippines yun. Not only for us, but for the Philippines. Na magaling palang Pilipino, dapat lang bigyan ng chance.
True. Yun eh. The same thing, I'd like to thank everyone. Iba, Jolly, Bak, thanks for having us here. And yun nga, for letting us, parang naging bull session. And we're just so proud of what we do, and of course KTM as a company, our bosses, the people around us in the company that make bikes, all of them, and of course the community in general, kasi we're just part of one whole community, the riding community, diba? So we're here to serve that. We want to give this community the best motorcycles that we can possibly build, and then we are here, we are listening, and we will always be here. Hopefully, the years down the road, nandito pa rin kami to cater to their needs.
Yep.
All right. And I personally would want to thank everybody who's here. Man, I'm really touched by the show. Dino, Ruel, thank you KTM PH, thank you Cami for the support, and I really appreciate it. Thanks Carl and everyone else. It's great to have friends. You guys are the best ambassadors for the brand, I think. And thanks for tuning in, guys. And we are out.
Yun. So we would like to thank our partners. Syempre ngayon, Iba, KTM Philippines. Huwag mo kalimutan pumunta sa Lazada nila, di ba? Otterbox, Touratech, Under Armour, syempre Podcast Network Asia, Podmetrics, and PopSocket. KTM, best bikes in the world.
and then next week,
Yun.
we've got Coach Mel and Joey Storm, who will take Tunay na Rider to school. Ito yung mga ultimate professors, pare, pagdating sa riding. Off-road and on track.
Yun. Tapos syempre Iba, pag magta-track ka lagi, sasakit ang katawan mo. Kaya wellness tayo sa Ogawa.
Ako, sumakit katawan ko kaka-podcast. Kailangan talaga makabili na ng Ogawa.